This is the biggest boy in the world. Dzhambulat Khatokhov is 4 foot 3 inches tall and weighs 16 stone, as much as a baby elephant. Yet astonishingly, Jambik is just 7 years old. Nobody knows why he's so big or what it could mean for his health.
My child is not ill. He's just unique. If others think otherwise, that's up to them.
In this film, a leading British doctor travels to meet Jambik and his family and uncovers a far more disturbing story than he had imagined.
One of the things I wonder about is whether there's some gain for the family out of Jambik being so big, simply because it draws attention. Somehow we've got to convey the message to Nelia that what she's doing may be killing the boy. Bodyshock.
This is Kabardino-Balkaria. A republic in the Caucasus Mountains in the far south of Russia. Just 70 miles from war-torn Chechnya, Kabardino-Balkaria is a wild and dangerous place, with a history of terrorism and kidnapping. Dr. Ian Campbell, one of the world's leading experts on obesity, is travelling over 2,000 miles in order to meet 7-year-old Dzhambulat Khatokhov, the biggest boy in the world.
There are some concerns about going there, and there's a bit of apprehension. But I think that the potential to learn and contribute towards what's happening there is much greater. And for that reason, I'm quite excited about going.
Dr. Campbell first heard about Jambik when his story started to make headlines in the UK press. The boy's 16-stone size seemed to defy all medical explanation. As the founder of the National Obesity Forum and an advisor to doctors all over the world, Dr. Campbell was determined to take on Jambik's case.
My interest was sparked simply because he was a child that was so radically different to the others, even within the sort of obese children group. I was desperate to know, first of all, what an impact that was having on him, what his own physicians had done about it, if anything, and indeed what we could do to try and help the boy, if help is required.
This could be a challenge. In this poor and superstitious corner of the world, being big is not seen as a problem.
People around here, they don't think it's serious. They don't think he's a sick child. When they see Jambik, they spoil him.
As a Western doctor, Ian Campbell takes a very different view.
Very few of the obese people that I deal with in clinical practice want to be that way. They come and see me because they want it to be different.
Over the next week, Ian will observe Jambik to see if there are any clues in his everyday life that might explain his phenomenal weight. Then he plans to fly Jambik to a leading clinic in Moscow for specialist tests.
I think our visit to see Jambik is worthwhile if we can bring some of the knowledge that we in the West have developed towards why children are obese and what to do about it.
We are happy about arrival of the English doctor. We are very interested what he will say. because when they examined him, the Russian doctors found nothing wrong with him.
What I would like to convey to Jambik and his family is that here is a medical issue which has the potential to cause quite serious ill health at a very young age and severely impact on Jambik's quality and duration of life.
The arrival of the film crew is a good news, and I'm happy that Jambik is known in the UK.
Мы очень рады, что Джамбика узнают в Британии.
After travelling for 3 days, Dr Campbell is now about to meet the biggest child in the world. A leading expert in obesity, Dr Ian Campbell, is arriving in the remote Russian Republic of Kabardino-Balkaria to meet 7-year-old Dzhambulat Khatokhov, the heaviest boy in the world.
Hi.
Ian hopes he can unravel the medical mystery of why Jambik weighs 16 stone at just 7 years old.
How are you? You must be Jambik.
My name is Jambik.
Pleased to meet you, Jambik. My name is Ian. And you must
My
be
name is Mohammed.
Mocha. Pleased to meet you.
Jambik dwarfs his older brother Muka, who at 14 is twice his age, but less than half his weight.
Jambik, you're taller than your brother,
Yeah.
and you're much bigger and stronger as well, I think, aren't you? Why is that?
Yeah.
According to his mother Nelia, Jambik eats normally and exercises every day. So Ian will have to consider if a hormonal imbalance or genetic condition can explain Jambik's weight. Ian's plan is to observe Jambik in his daily life before taking him to Moscow for tests. This morning, school starts with a PE class. For Ian, it's an opportunity to see how Jambik's fitness compares to his classmates.
He's very willing, but actually he's not very able. And I found it quite distressing to see this 7-year-old boy who's so much larger than all his friends at school, not able to do the same things that they were doing. These movements weren't as sharp, they weren't as great, he couldn't go down on his hunches, he couldn't move as fast. I never saw him breaking sweat because there was no effort to run. It was all very sedentary, really.
But in maths class, Ian finds that Jambik is much more able.
He is a typical 7-year-old child to me. He works hard, always puts his hand up. Even at break times he's practicing reading, sums. I'm pleased to have such a nice boy.
Jambik's assessment by his teacher is important to Ian's investigation. Most genetic disorders which cause overgrowth or obesity also cause learning difficulties or abnormalities like unusual head shape or extra fingers and toes. Jambik has none of these telltale signs.
From what I can see at the moment, I've got no reason to suspect any kind of genetic disorder as such. I mean, his intelligence seems to be normal. There's just nothing else to clue me in to make me think that there's some genetic disorder.
After school, Ian accompanies the family to the local market, where they get a startling reception.